guys, welcome back to my curriculum video series here. Curriculum is definitely in quotes because we are very much on the unschooling side of things, delight-directed learning, whatever you want to call it, interest-led learning. But this year I've kind of like, worked with my kids, found out some things they are interested in, thought about some things, some areas where I want them to grow, and have compiled a few different things together. So 2 weeks ago, I shared my grade 6 curriculum plan. In the future, hopefully sometime later this week, I would like to show our preschool curriculum, like very, very loosely using that word. That being said, I'm kind of still working on the preschool thing. And if you watch my personal channel at all, where I've talked a little bit about our foster care journey, there is a chance that our 2 foster kids could be gone before the end of the summer. So that definitely might change some things, but I still plan on hopefully sharing that before things happen, and we'll see where that goes. Like our homeschool is very flexible, so is our home, because we never know who's going to be living in it at any given time. Anyway, so my son is going into grade 3 this fall, and I have pulled out a few different things. There's going to be a little bit of overlap from my daughter's grade 6 curriculum video because there are some things we're going to be doing together, but some things we're going to be doing differently. And let's just jump in. Whenever possible, I will leave links to things below. I'll do my best to do that. And let's just start with this one because this is something that my kids are doing every day, and they each have this notebook that we call their line a day. It is based off of a journal that I've been keeping for a number of years, where you just write a few sentences of something that happened that day, or I do it for the day before because I like to see everything that happened in the day and then pick a few things. So, okay, this was like a fail on my part. I wasn't thinking a year ago when we made this journal. So there's room in here for 2 years worth of memories. So we have last year's, and then there will be space for next year, and then the next day from last year. Now the problem is there's only 2 years worth of space on here, partly because my son was only in grade 2 then, his writing's quite big. He needed more space than the normal lines. But this summer I went and I made printables. So after a year from now, when they've finished this, we're going to be using those printables, and there's room on there for 5 years. And I made a printable for myself as well, and there's a little bit less space, so there's room for 8 years. And I think it's just gonna be so amazing to be able to write down something you did the day before and read what you had done that day, like 4 years before. So we are continuing this. I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. My kids don't always necessarily remember to do this every day. I don't always remember to remind them every day. So sometimes they're writing a few days worth of stuff. Personally, for myself, I just do this pretty much first thing in the morning. I make myself a cup of homemade hot cocoa, and I get out my binder and I write it down. But they're not as disciplined, and this is one of the things I would like to get better at this next year. I would like them to just when they come upstairs for the morning, come up for breakfast, just write something from the day before. It's not that hard, and I would just like it to be something that they're just used to doing. So we're starting off with that. We're going to go in no particular order here. I just have a stack of things. So I've said before as well, we don't really do a math curriculum, but I did happen to buy this Math Smart book a couple months ago, and this is grade 2 because he was in grade 2 at the time, but we really didn't do very much. Where are we? Did we do anything? Oh yeah, we made it to, page 15. So I think we're just gonna pull out some pages in here, whatever. If there's a certain topic that I think that he maybe should work on or something, we'll just use this, because this is from Costco, $9 for, almost 300 pages of worksheets. So yeah, there's nothing in particular I want to work on with math. For the most part, we just deal with math as it comes up. We work with their money they make from their newspaper route, and things they want to buy, and they make different recipes, and we just do math in everyday life. But for a little bit more of the book work, I will often just pick up these. With my daughter being in grade 6 this year, I do plan on doing something a little bit more formal with her, but for now, for my son, I'm good with this. Okay, and then one of the things we started doing in the spring is I made them each a reading journal where they're writing down the different books that they read. So there's room for the title, the author, the date, how they're reading it, listening to it, ebook, whatever, the length, and a little review. So we're going to be continuing this. I definitely haven't been as good of keeping on top of this with my son, so I need to do a better job with that this year. And then 2 things that we started this summer that we are like really going to do fully in the fall is creative writing. So I created this creative writing journal, and I don't care if they like go through this in order or flip through. So there's just different prompts. Imagine there was no electricity. What would your day look like? Yeah, so I have this as a printable in my shop. I'll leave the link below. For him, I found that it works better if he just tells me the story and I write it out. So we're going to be continuing that this year. I plan on having him do 1 creative writing a week. And then also, I don't have in this notebook for him, but I also have a creative drawing journal. I haven't printed his out yet, actually. So that's the same idea. There's just different prompts and you draw something. So once a week he's going to be working on that. For science, one of the things I want him to learn about, so this really, I'm just kind of talking about the fall, the first 3 months here for the most part. I find I can't plan a year in advance. So I'm planning kind of till end of November here. One of the units he's going to be working on is mammals. My husband created this mammals research unit, and it has 10 different mammals, and he tried to pick different ones that are like not, you know, just like the norm. So there's the giraffe, koala, polar bear, springbok, two-toed sloth, ocelot, tuft gray langur, jackal, humpback whale, and hippopotamus. And so it's set up a lot like the other research units we have. So we have a space for you write down different resources you used for this particular one. So the first one is a giraffe. And actually I should also say there are a few other pages randomly throughout. Like the first thing is like, what is a mammal? And you get to check the boxes of what makes something a mammal. So then there's the page with the giraffe, and you've got the range and habitat. This one has creative writing. There are a few different prompts throughout. So that one has creative writing and draw a giraffe. And then there's a giraffe coloring page. And the next one is koala. So the koala has, you know, like the information page, the range and habitat. And then there's something that you write, you learn about marsupials. Then the polar bear, they have an Arctic word search. So it's just kind of making them all a little bit unique. I really want my kids to know how to figure out information, how to learn, and that is why I have created and loved the research units. So we're going to be doing that. And then a family unit that we're going to be doing is we're going to be studying ancient Egypt. So I talked a bit about this in my daughter's because she is, there's the answer key. It comes with a parent's guide. She is doing the Explorer workbook, and my son is going to be doing the Adventurer one. So every day there's a parent guide where you read about ancient Egypt, and then the kids have a couple different pages of worksheets to fill out. So like the first one here, it starts out with information about ancient Egypt, some like, I guess it's like a reading comprehension or listening comprehension. There's a timeline of some of the things that happened in ancient Egypt. Find Egypt on the map, color the flag, and that was lesson 1. And then lesson 2 has the listening comprehension, some spelling, and some creative writing. So there's always some comprehension questions, or actually there's not even. This other one doesn't have. So there's always about like 3, I should figure this out, yeah, 3 pages of like worksheets that go along with the stuff that the parent has read. And in addition, like while we're studying ancient Egypt, we had this book before, Egyptology, and I just realized it, so this will be perfect. This is a really neat book that my husband actually got from a coworker a long time ago. This is a whole series, actually got a bunch of books. So there's just different information and flaps and things to open. I don't even know what this all does. This one has flaps. So we will just look through this book as we learn about Egypt. And then I got 1000 Facts About Ancient Egypt, this National Geographic kids book out. I think we'll just kind of like look through this as we do it. I'm not sure, maybe there will be some certain things I'll highlight. 50 unraveled facts about mummies, 25 fabulous facts about famous pharaohs, fashion forward facts about style. So, lots to learn about ancient Egypt. One of the things my kids are going to each be doing this year is keeping a Bible journal. We've kind of done this in the past, and I think organized it a little bit better this year. So I created a Bible journal that my daughter's going to be doing, and then a Bible journal junior edition, where for my daughter they're going to be reading certain passages of scripture, but this one has pretty much just different stories. So like you read, I think the first one was creation. Yeah, so it's creation. You read, you know, out of any children's Bible that you have, and you read the story of creation, and then they draw a picture and they can write a little bit about it. You can, you know, obviously decide based on your kid how much drawing and writing you want them to do. But this one has, I think I did about 30 different Bible stories. So there's creation, Adam and Eve, Noah, Tower of Babel, Abraham and Isaac, Jacob and Esau, Joseph. You get the idea. So we're going to be doing that. And then also for Bible, together as a family, we are going to be doing this Romans Bible memory, where there are, I don't remember now. But yes, there's 10 portions of scripture, so either a verse or a passage for the kids to memorize. And there's some different activities for them to do. So some of them are like words you need to unscramble, or there's like fill in the blank. There's different ways to do this. So we're going to be doing that together, because Bible memory is something that I want to do better with. I haven't always been good at following through, but because we have this ready to go, I think it should work out. And then the last, like more formal thing, but not the last thing we're going to be doing, is this inventors unit. So my husband created this research unit about inventors. This is 100% up my son's alley. It has 10 different inventors, and just like our other research units, you've got space to share, write down the resources you've used, so the books, the videos, whatever. And then we've got Benjamin Franklin. You fill in some information about him, research what Benjamin Franklin invented and write about it. This is about him being a founding father. And draw, it says draw Benjamin Franklin doing his famous kite experiment. Then we've got Charles Babbage. We write about his inventions and some information about him. This one has, I think my kids are going to love this. This is the Pigpen cipher. So you have to use the code and do some stuff with that. And then a little bit of information about Ada Lovelace. We've got Leonardo da Vinci. And for this one you get to build a glider. And there's instructions for that. And yeah, so 10 different inventors. That is totally up my son's alley. So that's kind of an overview of what we're planning on doing this fall. In addition, I also am going to be getting him to do a bunch of reading. I have not shared my list of grade 3 books that I have for him this year. I've been like piling them up, and I will do a video about that in the future. I have my list of grade 6 books up for my daughter already. Yeah, and we will see how this goes. Maybe I'm just kind of over summer and ready to get like back into a rhythm, but right now I feel like just changing everything. But I think more I want to change how we've been doing things this summer, which this last month has not been what I had expected for the summer. I had planned for the summer, and then my husband had the entire month of July off, and that kind of all just went out the window. So we've been like 100% in summer mode, and it's been good, but I also can see that we need to get back into a rhythm and a routine. And so I'm like wanting to jumpstart our school year already, but normally that doesn't happen till September here. So we'll see how this goes. If you have some great recommendations for grade 3, let me know. Like I said, this is only until end of November-ish. We'll probably do something completely different for December, and then for January and February, March, maybe I will kind of make another planning video and figure out what we want to do for those months. So my preschool video should come up in the next little while, and thanks for watching, guys.